Maya stood outside the iron gate with one trembling hand on her swollen belly and the other clutching a faded blue suitcase. 7 months pregnant, exhausted, and shaking from cold, she stared at the house where she had spent the last 3 years trying to be the perfect wife. The lights inside were still on. They had thrown her out like garbage. Her mother-in-law's cruel words still rang in her ears. "You were useless. My son deserves better than a poor girl who can't even keep her husband happy." And her husband Arjun, he had not defended her. Not once. Instead, he stood beside another woman in the living room while Maya packed her clothes with trembling hands. The woman wore Maya's favorite perfume. That betrayal hurt more than the rain. "Maya," Arjun had said coldly, avoiding her eyes, "it's better if you leave quietly. Don't make this difficult." Difficult. She carried his child beneath her heart. But in that moment, she realized something terrifying. The man she loved no longer cared whether she survived. A flash of lightning lit the empty street. Maya wiped her tears and whispered to her unborn baby, "I promise you, I will not break." Then she walked away into the storm. The bus station smelled of wet clothes and cheap tea. Maya sat alone on a wooden bench, holding her stomach as sharp cramps twisted through her back. Fear crawled into her chest. She had nowhere to go. Her parents had died years earlier, and after marriage, her world had become Arjun's family. Now even that was gone. An old tea seller noticed her pale face. "Daughter," he said gently, placing a steaming cup beside her, "drink this." "I don't have money," Maya whispered. He smiled kindly. "Then pay me when life becomes kinder." Those simple words nearly broke her. For the first time that night, someone treated her like a human being. Maya drank the tea slowly while rainwater dripped from the station roof. Across the room, a middle-aged woman in a white shawl quietly watched her. The woman finally approached. "You shouldn't be alone in your condition." Maya stiffened immediately. After what happened, trusting people felt dangerous. The woman sat beside her anyway. "My name is Savitri," she said softly. "I run a women's shelter nearby." Maya lowered her eyes. "I'm fine." "No," Savitri replied gently. "You're trying to be strong." That sentence shattered the final wall around Maya's heart. She burst into tears. Not loud tears. The painful, silent kind. The kind that come when someone finally sees your suffering. The shelter was small but warm. There were old wooden beds, yellow curtains, and the smell of rice cooking in the kitchen. For the first time in months, Maya slept without fear of criticism or insults. But pain does not disappear overnight. Every evening she touched her belly and wondered why Arjun abandoned them so easily. Had his love ever been real? One afternoon, Savitri handed Maya a small notebook. "What's this? You studied fashion design before marriage, didn't you?" Maya blinked in surprise. "Yes." "Then start again." Maya laughed bitterly. "With what money?" "With your hands," Savitri replied. That night Maya opened the notebook. Blank pages. Blank possibilities. Slowly, she began sketching dress designs again. At first her fingers trembled. Then something beautiful happened. Hope returned. Months passed. Maya gave birth to a baby girl during the first winter rain. The child's tiny cries filled the hospital room like music. Maya held her daughter close and whispered, "Your name is Asha. Because you are my hope." Savitri stood nearby wiping tears. "She looks just like you." Maya smiled weakly. "No, she'll be stronger." Life remained difficult. Maya stitched clothes during the day and cared for Asha at night. Sometimes she slept only 2 hours. Sometimes she skipped meals so her daughter could drink milk. But unlike her old life, every sacrifice now carried dignity. No insults. No humiliation. No fear. Only survival. One evening a wealthy customer visited the shelter to donate blankets. Her name was Devika Rao, owner of a famous clothing boutique. As Maya handed over tea, Devika noticed the embroidered shawl draped over a chair. "Who made this?" Maya froze. "I did." Devika touched the fabric carefully. The stitching was extraordinary, elegant, precise. "Can you make more?" That single question changed everything. Within a year, Maya's designs began appearing in Devika's boutique. Women loved her work. Her designs carried softness and strength at the same time, like the woman who created them. Money slowly started flowing in. Not riches, but enough. Enough for a small apartment. Enough for Ash's toys. Enough for peace. One night Maya stood by the window watching her daughter sleep. The same woman once abandoned in the rain now had clients from wealthy families ordering custom dresses months in advance. Savitri smiled proudly. You rebuilt your life. Maya shook her head. No, I survived it. Meanwhile, Arjun's world was collapsing. The woman he left Maya for had emptied his bank accounts before disappearing with another man. His business struggled. Debt piled up. Even worse, people whispered about how he abandoned his pregnant wife. Respect vanished slowly, then all at once. His mother, once arrogant and proud, now complained constantly. You ruined this family. Arjun drank more every night. But guilt followed him everywhere. Especially when he saw fathers carrying little daughters. Because somewhere out there, his child existed, and he had never even seen her face. 3 years later, the city's largest fashion gala filled a luxury hotel with lights, cameras, and celebrities. A massive banner hung near the entrance. Queen Maya Couture. Reporters crowded the red carpet waiting for the mysterious designer whose rise had stunned the fashion world. A black car stopped at the entrance. The driver opened the door. Maya stepped out wearing a silver silk sari, graceful and confident. Diamonds sparkled softly at her ears. Beside her stood little Asha in a tiny matching dress. Cameras flashed wildly. She's beautiful. That's Queen Maya. She built her empire from nothing. Inside the ballroom, wealthy investors lined up to greet her. No one saw the man standing frozen near the back entrance. Arjun. He stared at Maya in complete disbelief. This radiant woman could not be the same broken girl he abandoned in the rain. But it was. And beside her stood his daughter. His eyes filled instantly. Asha laughed while holding Maya's hand. The sound pierced his heart. That laugh should have been part of his life. But he threw it away. During the event, Maya delivered a speech. Her voice remained calm, elegant, and powerful. People often ask how success feels, she said. But success is not revenge. Success is freedom. The audience applauded. Maya continued. There was a time when I believed losing everything would destroy me. Instead, it taught me who I truly was. Her eyes briefly scanned the crowd. Then stopped. On Arjun. Silence filled his chest. Maya recognized him instantly, but her expression did not break. No anger. No longing. Nothing. And somehow that hurt him more. After the event ended, Arjun finally approached her backstage. Maya. Her assistant moved protectively forward, but Maya gently stopped him. She faced Arjun calmly. He looked older now. Tired, broken by regret. You look well, he whispered. I am well. His eyes shifted toward Asha, who colored quietly at a nearby table. She's my daughter. Maya's gaze hardened slightly. She's the daughter of the woman you abandoned. The truth struck harder than any slap. Arjun lowered his head. I deserve that. For a long moment neither spoke. Finally he whispered, I was a coward. Yes, Maya replied softly. He swallowed painfully. I thought wealth and status mattered more than loyalty. By the time I realized my mistake, it was too late. Maya looked at him carefully. Once upon a time, hearing those words would have healed her. Now they meant nothing, because she no longer needed his apology to survive. Arjun's voice cracked. Can you ever forgive me? Maya glanced toward Asha, then back at him. Forgiveness and trust are not the same thing. Tears filled his eyes. I know. She took a slow breath. I spent nights crying because I believed your cruelty meant I was worthless. But the truth is, your betrayal revealed your character, not my value. Arjun covered his face with trembling hands. Every word was deserved. Little Asha suddenly walked toward them holding a drawing. Mama, look. Maya smiled instantly, kneeling beside her daughter. The drawing showed a queen wearing a crown beside a little girl. That's beautiful, Maya whispered. Asha pointed proudly. This is you. Arjun stared silently. Children reveal truth so easily. To Asha, Maya was a queen. Not because of money, but because she survived suffering without becoming cruel. Maya kissed her daughter's forehead. Then stood again. Arjun, she said calmly, I no longer hate you. Hope flickered briefly in his eyes. But her next words ended it. I simply outgrew the pain you caused. Silence. Heavy and final. Then Maya took Asha's hand and walked away. Not angrily. Not dramatically. Like a woman finally free from the past. Months later, Maya launched a charity foundation for abandoned women and single mothers. The shelter where she once cried alone became a large community center called Asha House. Every woman there received food, legal help, and job training. During the opening ceremony, reporters asked Maya why she chose this mission. She smiled softly, because one kind person can save a life. Her eyes searched the crowd until they found Savitri sitting proudly in the front row. The woman who offered warmth during the darkest night. Maya walked down from the stage and hugged her tightly. "You gave me a second chance." Savitri touched her cheek lovingly. "No, child, you gave it to yourself." Late that evening, Maya stood on the balcony of her penthouse apartment while city lights shimmered below. Asha slept peacefully inside. The night air carried memories of rain, of pain, of betrayal, but those memories no longer controlled her heart. She placed a hand over the same belly that once carried fear and whispered softly into the wind. "You threw me out thinking I would beg to return." A gentle smile touched her lips. "But I returned like a queen." And somewhere far behind her, the broken echoes of the past finally disappeared forever.